Alrighty then, it's time for a Mordekaiser game, and of course this was a top lane one and a ranked one. So, in fact, this is actually a promotional one. I mean, if you guys have been watching my stream, I actually have had some problems either with DCs and whatever, and kind of sunk my ranking down. Anyways, top lane Mordekaiser. I believe my runes and masters were Magic Pin Red, Ability Power Quints, Ability Power Blues, and Armor Yellows. And my masters were 2190. You see me, I just go in and ward for my teammate. The victor kind of just goes AFK. I quite don't like that. You know, when one of your teammates just AFKs by their tower instead of trying to protect you against an invasion. If I hadn't noticed that they were going to come through there, then my teammates might have been jumped and might have not protected themselves properly. Anyways, my opponent is Garen, and honestly, he's a negative matchup for Mordekaiser as long as he maintains momentum. If he loses momentum, then he's going to get crushed because he won't be able to do anything to me. Plus, it also has to be a AD first Garen. If he goes tank at any point, he's going to lose hard. Mostly because the key to defeating Mordekaiser is being able to burst him down before he gets some shield going. Fighting me with, between minions is going to be suicide for him. In fact, if I ever have shield, I'm going to get very aggressive against him. So my idea right now, like when I was in this game, I was thinking, all right, I'm very low on health, but as long as I maintain a full shield, I am going to be able to deal with him. Unfortunately, that requires me to push the lane almost carelessly because I'm very paranoid about the Malphite. I don't think he can actually gank me that well. But you know, you could try. I bought boots to deal with Garen's mobility and his attempts to probably try to kill me, and of course to have the forward potions, and also to just try to avoid Malphite by outrunning him. So you see me, I'm trying to get shield. I'm staying as max range as I can, trying to keep farming as best I can. But watch this, Malphite comes top, and watch how I avoid him. He misses his Q because of line of sight, and I flash over to the next bush, trying to give him no point in there to be able to use his Q. I run to my tower, and I'm surprised. They actually dive me. I should have aimed my E better, and I would have hit the Garen, and I would have killed them both. So they do manage to bring me down, but I bring Malphite down, and I could have brought him down too. It was just a bad aiming on my part. But still, I hope you've noticed how I escaped, for the most part, the gang from the Malphite. You saw his Qs failed. His first Q attempt failed because of line of sight. The bush gave me protection. And the other one, I flashed from bush to bush, so I wouldn't have to run in between that little space. And that would have given, if I did, Malphite would have actually gotten his Q off, and I would have been screwed. He ended up having to burn his flash to try to kill me, and then they dove really stupidly to kill me as well. By the way, remember what I told you about Garen having to build AD in order to beat me? Yeah, he just didn't do that. He built health. So now I'm not really afraid of him at all. In fact, I don't even know whether Malphite tried to gank me as much as he did right now. I would have probably been able to fight them both off and just kind of walk away, which I kind of pretty much did. So look, like, I'm just going to push the lane without a care in the world, and I'm going to try to get the Garen in between my blasts when I try to push the lane. The damage he can probably try to do is going to be nil. The only moments of time where I'll be exposed is when my shield is down. In fact, I believe at one little point right here, I actually foolishly engage him without a shield, and I get chunked quite a lot. So as you can see, he's got absolutely nothing he can do. Hell, even less he can do because he doesn't even have an ignite. I question the fact that he didn't take ignite against Mordekaiser, someone who's just going to regain all of his health and be, unstoppable amongst minions. You'll see, actually, that's going to play a huge part as to why Garen can't do a damn thing against me. He built tank. He built even more tank, just more health. Hell, not even a Hex Drinker would have been a good idea. A Brutalizer probably would have ended me, because if I built AP, and he'd just be able to combo me down and then ult me as soon as he hit level 6. But no, he kept going health. So now my resistance, my spell vamp is just gonna work like a million times better. I'm not as afraid as I should be. Right now, I'm just a little bit afraid because I can't get my shield going up. But as soon as I get a few bits of shield, I'm not too scared. Look, when he actually gets to fight me, I just use my ultimate, regain my lives and my health, and he's just pretty much unable to do anything. In fact, he's gonna ult me right now, and it's not gonna finish me off. The Garen should have built some AD of some sort, because right now he's hitting me like a wet noodle. Look, the Vi ends up coming in and finishing him off. So like and this is a game point. I win top lane. top lane is secure. So now Vi doesn't have to focus top lane at all unless she wants some free kills. The Garen continues to just build towards what I believe at the time was Black Cleaver. And in fact, it ended up being Black Cleaver. Because he doesn't do any damage. And at this point, it's just like a battle of attrition, but it's a battle of attrition that I am going to win. Because no matter what he does, I'm just going to heal myself back up. There, though, I took a lot of damage because I let my shield go out, and I just didn't, back off and regain it before I kept going. So that was unfortunate. Still, though, as you can see, in every single instance as Mordekaiser, I try to fight whenever there's a minions around. If I get all my shield up, I can do something stupid like tank his damage or tank a tower shot or whatever. He burns his teleport, which again is silly for him to have obtained because he just really has no offensive options against me aside from hoping to 100% me. But again, that's not gonna happen. Like, look, I'm near a minion, so I'm guaranteed to get some shield. He tries to engage me, and he just cannot deal with the shield and the spell vamp and all that other good stuff. In fact, I'm able to bring him down here just because he got chunked down. And I'm not really afraid of him turning around and dealing any damage to me. He's just that weak. LeBlanc, unfortunately, comes up, and I try something here. I tried to get my Ghost to absorb the E. It does, but I still took too much damage. And I think I played that wrong. Maybe I could have hit her a little bit more if I didn't try running. And I might have been able to take her down, or at least build up a little bit more shield just to not die and force her to chase me even longer. So, but still, the top lane is taken. My bottom lane teammates are kind of feeding. I mean, the Fiddlesticks is. So it's still sort of tied, right? I mean, the Garen is worthless at this point. I'm getting farmed up, even though I really did suck at farm in the beginning. And I can do that whole, Vayne, you stepped out of line, boom, kill her and turn her against her teammates. So it doesn't really matter how much bottom lane has fed. Even so, like, there's really nothing they can do. I think at this point, having won this early as Mordekaiser, I've guaranteed a huge lead for my team. Like, again, no matter what they do, no matter how badly my teammates at bottom feed, all I have to do is pick off the Vayne, and the rest will be history. I mean, they had more kills, and they definitely had better farm for a little while, but like their team comp is just not set up to deal with someone like me and the Victor. Now I built the arm guard, and I don't even know. I think they call it like the ghost sperm item. It builds into Luden's Echo. The first item I'm building is Luden's Echo after this. I mean, the next item I'm building is Luden's Echo because I wanted to try how the crazy AoE spin. By the way, I don't even know why they did this. Garen actually flashed to get the ultimate kill on the Jinx, and he also used a teleport to get down there. 5 people down bottom, and they didn't think we would take out their mid and top tower. So this is another game point. We only lost Jinx and Fiddlesticks, who were already pretty much worth no gold, and gained 2 towers. The enemy team gained pretty much nothing out of that. It was a hard exchange. So yeah, we're definitely right now in a massive lead just because of that. We've gained a map advantage. And again, their Malphite is just sort of going negative now. He built a goddamn frozen heart against Mordekaiser and Victor. That's like his first item, okay? His first item aside from the Cinderhulk. Frozen heart. In fact, knowing this by looking at his thing, I'm not afraid. So the second he comes there trying to get the ward, I just jump him. I don't even know why they did this either. Morgana actually shows up, and in a 2v1 against these two, I probably still would have won. I mean, Fiddlesticks almost has no real damage, so like he did damage, sure, but I'm pretty sure I still would have won. Like I'm just kind of confused as to why they did that. Malphite and Morgana's death essentially allowed us to get 2 towers and an inhibitor. So that was a game-losing play. Another game point. A game-losing play, in fact. It's just mind-boggling, right? But they shouldn't even fought. The Malphite shouldn't have taken the risk. They should. Right now, the enemy team, their best bet, honestly, is trying to fight as a team and using Garen as a sort of aggro sponge. If he just makes a mad dive, we'll be forced to blow CCs on him or whatever. And we don't really have a lot of crowd control or peeling power. So we can't really deal with the all-in engage. Yet they're not grouping up for this. They're fighting us in a very scattered manner. There again, the best way for them to fight is Malphite going in, Garen going gung ho on a target, and hoping that after the engage goes through, after maybe one of my teammates is dead or whatever, he's able to get on top of the Jinx or the Fiddlesticks or keep someone occupied enough for them not to contribute. So it's a 4v4 rather than a 5v4.5 because Garen is essentially not a champion right now. And they just aren't doing that. I mean, they are getting picks like right now, the Victor being killed, but it's not going to win them the game. We've got map control and whatever, and their best chance is just kind of going to a tower and just beelining straight for a fight. The more they let us farm, the more stupid me and Victor are going to become. I mean, I believe Victor and I are kind of the game winners right now. Or his silence, his AoE, and my outright bursty damage and my ability to take a ghost and make him fight for us is quite huge. Here I should have actually used my hourglass. I fucking fucked up, and I knew the Garen was coming for me, and I didn't use it. And the fight could have been a lot more gruesome for the enemy team. Like, we would have probably picked off 2 people, and I would have not died, so it would have been just 2 free kills. My teammates tried to go for Baron, and Fiddlesticks ends up dying for no reason, and I kind of told them it was a bad idea. They didn't have the damage or the health to do so. Yeah. So, though, I purchased the Luden's Echo, and my god, it procs off everything. Like, if you have your W on a minion, and you just happen to get the Luden's Echo thing off, it procs off on that. So it's like an incredible AoE clearing, too. I mean, I know Mordekaiser already has a lot of that, but it has a bit more damage to his abilities, and like if they're grouped up, I can like mega chunk them. So I think it's kind of a cool purchase on him. So though the enemy team engages, and they engage really poorly. You saw the Malphite engage by himself and got killed for free, essentially. He didn't do a damn thing. LeBlanc ends up picking off the Fiddlesticks, and I actually go gung-ho for her. I use my ultimate on her and I try to kill her, but then she blinks back towards like an even more dangerous portion of my team. I mean, if he fought me, he might have a chance just to run away, survive long enough to run away. And by the way, this is a problem with Mordekaiser's ghosts. Certain ghosts act stupid. I could not target the Vayne no matter how much it did. I even tried to target the inhibitor and it didn't do anything. So I don't know if these ghosts can actually target the inhibitor. I'm not sure. But like other ghosts of Mordekaiser have sometimes done absolutely nothing. I've clicked on champions. I've clicked on objectives, and they just kind of idly stand there. Like sometimes they actually do target them, and then they stop targeting them altogether. So either way, here's actually like their game losing point. The Vayne tries to fight me, and honestly, this is not like a bad idea. She would have died if she tried to run. LeBlanc came in and died for free. She should have just kind of backed off because she should have realized there was a lot of people. Malphite tries to initiate on me. For some reason, he doesn't have any burst. In fact, I shouldn't even use the hourglass. You can see once I use my ultimate, I recover to 1/4 of my health. So that was just stupid by the Malphite. But I figured they just kind of gave up at this point, so they were just doing whatever. And with that, it's pretty much one game. Like, Garen lost his lane so hard, even though it was a positive matchup for him, because he built poorly. His hubris or his ignorance of just thinking Black Cleaver is the greatest item ever cost him the game. So hooray for Mordekaiser and friends. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Make sure to also check out the sponsors that make this channel possible. Links to their websites are in the description below.